So, good morning and welcome to Northern Light Spiritual Center. Northern Light Spiritual Center is a community of people dedicated to using spiritual and practical principles to create lives we want to live. Northern Light Spiritual Center offers practical and spiritual tools to make positive changes in our lives. And our promise to inspire, uplift, celebrate, and magnify your greatness. We acknowledge our presence here on the traditional and unceded lands of the first people of Seattle, the Duwamish and coastal Salish peoples. These people are still here, and we join with them in how they continue to honor and bring to light their ancient heritage. We seek to resist the erasure of Indigenous histories as we work towards honoring and inviting the truth. We must also acknowledge that much of what we know in this country today, including our culture, economic growth, and development throughout history and across time, has been made possible by the labor of enslaved Africans and their ascendants who suffered the horror of the transatlantic trafficking of their people, chattel slavery, and Jim Crow. We also name the Asian and Chicano people who toiled with little recognition. We are indebted to their labor and their sacrifice, and we must acknowledge the tremors of that violence throughout the generations and the resulting impact that can still be felt and witnessed today. Please join me for our opening song, In This Very Room, by Ron and Carol Harris. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough peace and quite enough power to walk through our every fear. For Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room. In this very room.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is a time in the service where we settle in, allow ourselves to get as comfortable as we can, and to become centered.
I'll do it.
And so, allow yourself to get as comfortable as you can, shedding in all the things that came before this moment. Any worries, any woes, any frustrations. And allow your mind to be at ease. It may not clear, and that's okay. But just allow it to be at ease. And with that, if you feel comfortable, close your eyes. And first we'll take a few nice deep breaths in. And when you breathe it in, hold it for like 4 seconds. And then we'll release. So a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. Another deep breath in. And hold it. And release. And one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it. And release. Today, we want to focus on prosperity. Focus on calling in prosperity into our lives. And it's very simple. When you breathe in to yourself, you can say, I breathe in prosperity. And when you release, I release any blocks in the way of prosperity. So breathing in, I breathe in prosperity. And I release any blocks to prosperity. Breathe in prosperity, and I release anything that blocks prosperity. Breathe in prosperity, and I release any blocks to prosperity. In prosperity, and I release anything that blocks prosperity. And knowing that I have the power to release these blocks that that block my prosperity from flowing in. Know that you can practice this any time of any day. When you're feeling blocked and stifled, just breathe in the prosperity. And as you breathe out, release any of the blocks that are blocking you from receiving your prosperity. Release them and let them go. And so with that, allow yourself to slowly come back to the room, to wiggle your hands and your fingers and your toes. And when you're comfortable, open your eyes. And so it is.
So it is.
That's my turn.
Well, good morning, everyone,
Good morning.
and welcome. So we're going to do our affirmation, the affirmation I like to do. And so if you choose to, please stand up. Even if you're at home relaxing, please stand up. And it's a call and response. I will say a line and then you'll repeat the line. And we're going to say it with feeling. We're going to just embody the words. God is the only power in my life.
God is the only power in my life.
Nothing from without
Nothing from without
can touch the perfect life
can touch the perfect life
of God within me.
of God within me.
No past experiences
No past experiences
have power over me.
have power over me.
I am a perfect child of God,
I am a perfect child of God,
and nothing that anyone has ever done or said
and nothing that anyone has ever done or said
can interfere with my divine inheritance.
can interfere with my divine inheritance.
The power of God
The power of God
is greater than any circumstance in my life.
is greater than any circumstance in my life.
The strength of God
The strength of God
is mine to use.
is mine to use.
Turning away from all feelings of inadequacy,
Turning away from all feelings of inadequacy,
I discover that all that I need
I discover that all that I need
is within me now.
is within me now.
As I forgive the past,
As I forgive the past,
and I do forgive the past,
and I do forgive the past,
I find that I have nothing to be sorry for
I find that I have nothing to be sorry for,
and nothing to run away from.
and nothing to run away from.
Casting off the old me,
Casting off the old me,
I discover my true self.
I discover my true self.
And so here's the part where we're going to point to ourselves. So any of the I statements, point to yourself. I take dominion in my life.
I take dominion in my life.
Old habits have no power over me.
Old habits have no power over me.
Conditions have no power over me.
Conditions have no power over me.
Personalities have no power over me.
Personalities have no power over me.
I take dominion.
I take dominion.
I am whole.
I am whole.
I am free.
I am free.
I am complete.
I am complete.
Now and forevermore.
Now and forevermore.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm having challenges here.
What you trying to get?
I'm trying to get back.
Screen sharing has been stopped.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Yay! Success. Okay, I have,
Technology has no power over you.
Yes.
that's it. Technology has no power over me.
I take dominion. Yeah.
I take dominion. I am
Free.
free. Yes, free. Free. Okay. One of today's readings is called, it's from the Science of Mind magazine. It was online. And it's called The Inflow of Prosperity. Be aware of the inflow of prosperity in your life. How much time do we spend trying to figure out things, especially how to increase our prosperity as we endeavor to make more money, get a promotion, earn a lot more business, or build up our savings? We can spend a lot of energy trying to get in control or feeling out of control when it comes to money. Yet, we know that consciousness is cause. Having a consciousness of prosperity, knowing spirit as our source, and relying on spiritual practices to demonstrate more prosperity may seem challenging when we say things to ourselves such as we have bills to pay, a child to put through college, or a business to grow. But this is precisely what we must give up, surrendering and stop doing. We have to surrender our human need for control, figuring it out, and making it happen. Spiritual living relies on spiritual principles to demonstrate prosperity. Dr. Ernest Holmes reminds us that living from spiritual truth is an act of complete surrender of the human to the divine without the loss of the human. It is an act of complete inflowing of the divine into the human. Surrendering to the divine inflow of abundance is the first step in growing our prosperity. Surrendering our need to control or figure it out opens us to the unlimited reality and the unlimited potentiality that lies in the heart of the divine. Surrender, then, it is not giving up or giving in. Rather, it is stepping aside and allowing the divine to flow into our consciousness, that our life is taken over by its presence. Then, the unlimited abundance of spirit demonstrates as our ever-increasing prosperity. This inflow of prosperity continues to invite us to surrender our need to hold on to it, store it up, or hoard it in fear that it won't be here tomorrow. And there was this thing that Stephanie forwarded to me, and it's called The 50 Secrets of Prosperity, and I am not going to read all 50. I have a few here that I'm going to read, and I'll forward this on because there are some in here that are a little humorous and a little unusual, I might say, but it gives us something to think about, and that to me is always good. Okay, this is by Randy Gage. You're not poor because you don't have money. You're poor if you don't have a dream. Money, at its very essence, is energy, which can be attracted or repelled. Poverty is not the absence of money and material things. It is a mindset. Never let anyone else let's start over on that one. Never let anyone else's limiting belief become yours. So don't buy into their belief. And haters don't hate you. They hate themselves because they don't have the guts to do what you are doing. And so it is.
So it is.
Oops. Taking the music.
So this is our final time with the chant this month. My world is a place of abundance, so much for my eyes to see, so much to taste, so much to hear, so much for me to be. My world is so much, so much, my world is so much, my world is so much, so much, my world is so much. You can catch on if you want to, or you can be sung to if you prefer. My world is a place of abundance, so much for my eyes to see, so much to taste, so much to hear, so much for me to be. My world is so much, so much. My world is so much. My world is so much, so much. My world is so much. Now your heart. Your heart is a place of abundance. So much for your eyes to see. So much to taste. So much to feel. So much for you to be. Your heart is so much, so much. Your heart is so much. Your heart is so much, so much. Your heart is so much. Our minds are a place of abundance. So much for our eyes to see. So much to taste. So much to hear, and so much for us to be. Our minds are so much, so much. Our minds are so much. Our minds are so much, so much. Our minds are so much. My life is a place of abundance. So much for my eyes to see, so much to taste, so much to hear, so much for me to be. My life is so much, so much. My life is so much. My life is so much, so much. My life is so much, so much.
So good morning again. So guess what we're talking about today? Anybody guess? Prosperity, there you go. And we're actually kind of talking about the secrets of prosperity. Some of the secrets I feel that people know, but there might be some that might be new to you. If you hear something that you're like, oh, I already know, be open to go a little deeper in what that means for you. We just saw a little video talking about what is prosperity. And it kind of broadened my view of prosperity. And I don't know if it was the same for you, but there were some things that I didn't necessarily, I'm like, oh yeah, that is prosperity. And so one of the things is to redefine what prosperity is. Oftentimes we think about it's money, it's our finances. But it's so much more than that. It's the health. It's the freedom to do and be what we want to be. It's the freedom to have our dreams. So look at what your definition of prosperity is. Now, Reverend Michael read some of the secrets that Randy had, and I don't know who Randy is, but he had the 50 secrets, and I pulled out a few that I wanted to share with you. And I think Reverend Michael said some of them, so I'm going to not repeat them. Your past does not have to determine your future, but only when you decide to break the cycle. So it's your decision. You have to break it. So regardless of what happened up until this moment, that doesn't have to define you. The next one I want to share with you is you can be a victim or a victor, but you can't be both. So we know two opposing thoughts can't occupy the same space. And so you get to decide, are you going to be a victim or are you going to be a victor? The next one is prosperity is your birthright and a natural condition. So we were born prosperous. Somewhere along the way, and I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes we forget that. Remember, it's your birthright. Next one, gossiping about others creates a negative prosperity debt. Now, sometimes gossiping can be a little juicy. You're like, oh yeah, what happened? And then, we got to stop it. In the Bob Newhart kind of way, just stop it. It creates a negative vibration. And that's not where we want to operate from. Next one, if you don't invest in yourself, it's probably a pretty bad investment for anyone else. So it's about taking care of you, doing what you need to do, and not sit around going, oh, woe is me, no one's supporting me. Well, it's like, what are you doing? Are you doing anything for you? The next one, this one was pretty good. Only argue for the limitations you really want to keep. So in that, when we say limitations, okay, already in that, it's like, that's not something you want to keep. But you know how there are those times when you just got to argue about why this is going on, the reason. I just really need you to hear me. Because this is my shortcoming, and I really need you to know that this is my shortcoming. Let's stop arguing for our limitations and just be and accept our limitations and just like say, yeah, this is me. And I have an opportunity to work on this. Money doesn't buy happiness. I really love this one, okay? I'm going to say it again. Money doesn't buy happiness, but neither does poverty. So there isn't, there are those folks that it's like, yes, I am so pious, and I am so religious, and I am so spiritual because I am so broke. No. No. Just stop it. Build your own, Reverend Michael said that one. Well, I'll say it again. Build your own dreams instead of borrowing the dreams of others. No, he didn't say that one. Build your own dreams instead of borrowing the dreams of others. Your dream is for you. It's not for anyone else. And their dream is for them. And so stop trying to be someone else. Build a dream so compelling it pulls you toward it. That just feels good in my heart. Next one, I only have 2 more to share, and then I'm going to really get into the secrets. To unleash your power, start believing in your power. We got to believe in ourselves. And then the last one I want to share from that list of 50. Make sure you die with more memories than dreams. How many people have passed away with dreams unmanifested and more dreams that they wanted to live than the memories? I think about my mother, whose birthday is today, and I really, there was a lot of talent that she had that the world didn't know about. And I was often surprised. She often surprised me. And I think there were a lot of dreams that she had that she never even tried. And, she left the planet. Now, she did leave the planet, I feel like, on the way she wanted to. But I felt like there were a lot of dreams that she would have liked to have had manifest. So, here we go. You ready? You ready for the secrets? Okay. The first one, and I think everyone knows this, but I feel like I need to share it again, is money is just energy. It's just energy. We call our money currency. And I found out that the Latin meaning for currency comes from to run or flow. So currency, it's about the prosperity is about allowing it to flow to you, allowing it to flow out. It's not something to hold on to. It's something to let go of. There's enough for everyone. Money, prosperity is constantly flowing. Now, I want you to think about how you feel when you're spending your money, when you have to pay a bill. Are you like, oh my goodness, I get to pay this bill, yay? Or are you like, oh, another bill? Now, there's different energy. The one where I'm excited about paying the bill is going to bring me more things to be excited about. The one where I'm like, oh, woe is me, why do I have to pay this bill? Is actually giving us lower energy. And we want to stay in that higher vibration. Because remember, our function, our purpose on being on this planet is to be happy. And when we are happy, we are in a higher vibration. When we're in the, oh, woe is me, we're in a lower vibration. And because money is energy, it's supposed to circulate, and you are paying, when you pay your water bill, you're paying for a service that was given to you. When you go to the grocery store and you pay for your groceries, you're paying for the groceries. Just like when you go to work and you're getting paid, they're paying for your service. So money is the flow. That's secret number 1. Money is just energy. Secret number 2 is to appreciate small fortunes. Be grateful for what is drawn to you. Gratitude is huge. And we know this. We've heard this before. We've heard it several times before. Gratitude is huge. But we need to be grateful for everything in our lives, even those things we call small, because we all know there's no big and small in God, right? So, what do you do when you see a penny on the ground? Do you pass by it and go, just a penny? Or do you joyfully pick it up and say, oh my goodness, I'm a penny richer? Different energy. In spirit, in God, in the universe, doesn't know the difference between a penny and between a $20 bill. Now, I would venture to say that most of us would bend down and pick up a $20 bill. I know I would. But there are often times I'll see a penny and I go, ooh, there's mud on it. Ooh, I don't want to pick that up. Ooh. And I keep on going. Reverend Pamela shared with us a few weeks ago, got to have a new attitude. And so here's our opportunity to have a new attitude. Celebrate your small wins, because there's no big and small in God. So, we're going to do a little practice here. One of the things that we can do to raise our vibration is gratitude. So if you're feeling kind of low, gratitude will pick you up. Gratitude, as we also know, will draw more prosperity to you. What I like to do, it's called a rampage of gratitude. We were talking about rhinos and what else? Hippopotami, is that the plural? Yeah. Okay, hippopotami before, and and just how they charge. Well, that's what we're going to do with gratitude. We're going to charge. Typically, I like to do 3 minutes, but we're going to do 1 minute 3 different times today. Now, the first rampage of gratitude is going to be about the prosperity that's in the world. And so it's going to go something like this. I give thanks for the abundance of blades of grass. I give thanks for the leaves on the trees, the sand on the beach. You get it? Everyone get it? And you're going to say it out loud. And what I'd like to do is to have everyone in Zoom land take yourself off of mute for a moment, if you would. We'll see what people are going to do. Thank you, Phyllis. Okay, we'll just have Phyllis. Okay, Reverend Pamela, thank you. Victor, thank you. Okay, and the reason why I want us off of mute is because as a group, the energy is even going to raise higher because it's all these wonderful voices. And so you're going to say it out loud, and don't be shy. This isn't about judging. You shouldn't be listening to somebody else, because if you're listening to somebody else, you're not doing it. Okay? And, oh, I need my timer here. Excuse me. Okay. So we are going to do a minute of Thanksgiving for that which is prosperous in the world. Everyone ready? Woo! Here we go. I give thanks
ice in the
for
Antarctic,
all
ice
the
in the Arctic,
trees. I give thanks for the flowers. I give thanks for the sand on the beach. I give thanks for all the walking. I give thanks for all the people on the planet. I give thanks for being able to walk and jump. I give thanks for all the planets. I give thanks for the all the trees. I give thanks for everything. I give thanks for all the blessings that are bestowed. I give thanks for all the animals. I give thanks for the insects. I give thanks for all the money that's circulating on the planet. I give thanks for all that is happening. I give thanks for the love. I give thanks for the joy. I give thanks for the internet. I give thanks for all the children. Ooh. Woo! Thank you. And so it is. Okay. We should be feeling a little higher right here, right now. I'm hoping.
A little lightheaded.
A little lightheaded. I got a lightheaded within you were doing it. Okay. Let's keep on going. Secret number 3. Prosperity is a mindset. And I think Reverend Michael mentioned that in his reading. Prosperity is a mindset. There is no difference between someone, well, I should say, the only difference between someone that is a millionaire and someone that is struggling to pay their bills is mindset. Now, our mindsets are developed in all kind of ways. You know, we talked about the beliefs that our family, from our family, the beliefs out in the world. But it's a mindset. And what we know in religious science is change your thinking, change your life. Well, so it's telling us to change our mindset, to change how we think about things. So if we see ourselves as rich and prosperous in all the ways that we saw in the video, including money, then that's what the energy goes that way. If we see ourselves as downtrodden, guess what? The energy goes that way too. We know that the universe is no respecter of persons. It's like in the Secret where they talk about the genie and the genie, that the universe is like that. Your wish is my command. So whatever it is you focus on is what you get more of. So I really want you to hear this. What you focus on is what you get more of. So if you change your mind about something, because I've been really paying attention. I've caught myself this week thinking about things I don't want to have happen and giving energy to them. And I'm like, oh, hold it. I need to shift this. I need to reframe this. Because this is not what I want to see. And so what you focus on grows. And so if you need to change your focus, change it. This came to me because, like I was sharing this week, was a little trying. And then, I was in I'm going to say it, my woe is me. And I was feeling, unloved, unsupported. Oh, dear. And then I read something. It said, worry is praying for something that you don't want to have happen. I'm going to say that again, that worry is praying for something that you don't want to have happen. Now, I know I'm not the only one that worries. But just remember that when you go into that worry, it's a prayer. And it's usually something you don't want to have happen. So be with that. Change your mindset. Secret number 4. Believe beyond what you can see. Oftentimes, we pray for something. It doesn't show up right away. And then we're like, oh, it's just not going to happen. Good things never happen to me. Oh dear, what am I going to do? We need to look beyond and know that the answer to our prayer is always yes. We've talked about that it may not show up in the way we think it's supposed to look or we want it to look, but it's the way it is supposed to look. I have been working at Zoomies, which is a skateboard company, and I have discovered, and I knew this before, that I really don't want to be working for anyone else. But there's a reason why I'm there. I'm starting an infant and toddler line of clothing, and one of the things I want to do is screen printing, having screen printing on the clothing. I don't know much about screen printing. The product I'm working on at Zoomies all has screen printing on it. So I get to learn about screen printing on someone else's dime. I also found out that a labeling that I was going to use is illegal in the United States. I also found out that another little label I was going to use is something that Levi's has kind of trademarked, and they're about suing folk. Okay, so there is some blessing here. There's a reason why I'm at Zoomies. So I can get out of, tomorrow's Monday, I have to go to work, and be joyful like, what else am I going to discover? How can I further my business, further my heart? Because that's my love. But this is getting me to that place of being in a place of success in my business because I want it to be successful. The time to start cultivating your dreams and cultivating your prosperity is not when you have it. It's when you're on your way to it. Remember, you always have it. It's always present. You may just not see it yet. And so it's the time to work and be grateful for it. Because remember, we did that rampage of gratitude is the end when I don't see it. So you got to look beyond what you see. Because our eyes, what's the saying? Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I think it is that.
I think so.
And so the thing is that your eyes don't always tell the truth. And we always see, and we see different things often. I remember, this is when I lived in Oakland, I was following a friend. We were going from where our church was downtown to downtown Oakland. And I'm right behind her as we're driving down the street. And so when we finally get to where we're going, she's like, did you see all the police and all the stuff that was going on? No. And I'm like, where was that? I didn't see that. Now, we were going down the exact same street at the exact same time. My focus was somewhere else. Okay. Number 5. Stop believing that rich people are different from you. You are enough. Now, I've heard this. The talk about rich people. Rich people aren't spiritual. Rich people aren't this. Rich people aren't that. Or this feeling that because I'm so pious, I am better than the rich people. We are all the same. The difference is that their mindset may be different around prosperity or around money. But other than that, we're the same. We all kind of came into this world the same, and we're all going to leave this world the same. We might have different ways of doing it, but it's all going to happen. So, when we are in this place of thinking we're better or less than, we're in a place of judgment. Judgment, low vibration. Acceptance, higher vibration. And so, rich people are doing whatever they're doing, and we also need to look at who am I calling a rich person? Because some people will look at us and think that every single one of us are rich in comparison to what they are. So it's all about how one is looking at it. Stop being in judgment around what rich people are doing, because that is blocking your prosperity. Because whatever they're doing, you don't think they should be doing or how they did it. And here's something. If you don't like the way they got their money, you do it differently. You get to have that choice of doing it differently. I remember doing practitioner training, and practitioner training was rough at my church. Reverend Pamela, we were talking about it the other day. It was rough. It was boot camp. No, it was actual war. Sorry, it wasn't boot camp. We had bypassed boot camp and had gone. It was, but we knew our stuff. We did know our stuff once we got out of there. It wasn't until I started TAing for practitioner training that I learned that it could be done in a loving way. And so it's like, oh, so when I taught practitioner training, I did it in a loving way. I didn't do it in the way that it was taught to me. So you get a choice. You don't have to do things the way other folks do it just because that's the way it's been done. Okay. This brings us to our second minute of gratitude, our rampage of gratitude. Now this time, we are going to give thanks for the prosperity in our lives. Okay? So if it's me, for instance, I have an abundance of black shoes, believe it or not. And so I might give thanks for those. And I might give thanks for, all the food that I like to eat, but maybe shouldn't. So it's about things that are happening in your life. Okay, everyone clear? People in Zoom land, please take yourself off of mute. Okay, we got a few. Thank you very much. Here we go. I give thanks for my black shoes, for all of my clothes. I give thanks for my creativity. I give thanks for my wisdom. I give thanks for how I can look at a situation and see it from various points of view. I give thanks for my eyes. I give thanks for my ears. I give thanks for being able to speak. I give thanks for being able to walk. I give thanks for being able to jump. I give thanks for being able to laugh. I give thanks for all my friends. I give thanks for my wisdom. I give thanks for my ability to speak. I give thanks for my family. I give thanks for my height. I give thanks for my ability to change my look. I give thanks for all the clothes I have. I give thanks for my home. I give thanks for my car. I give thanks for all my fingernails. I give thanks for all my jewelry. I especially give thanks for my rings and my earrings. I give thanks for how I put my makeup on. I give thanks for my ability to sew. I give my thanks for my ability to be confident. I give thanks for I give
I give thanks for the children that I serve. I give thanks for the families that I serve. I give thanks for the papers that I am writing. I give thanks for the decisions that I get to contribute to making. I give thanks for.
So, yeah, the timer didn't go off, but I think that's a minute. It might be more. In fact, I kept getting yes, they locked me out of my phone right now because I kept putting the wrong password in. So anyway, I give thanks for that. Okay, so here we go. Secret number 6, to honor yourself. Respect yourself and then others will follow. We know in those one of the secrets that the list of 50, it was like, if you don't invest in yourself, then why would other people invest in you? And so this is about honoring yourself. Do what it is that you're here to do. Do that which has been given to you to do. Now, a few questions to ask around this. Are you able to say no? When you know you should be saying no. When you want to say no. Someone asks you to do something, you're like, in your mind, you're like, excuse me, but hell no. And then you go, sure. What time? Say no when you want to say no. Take care of yourself. Other question. Are you unable to put a fair price to your service or for your time? I know for women, because I'm a woman and I can speak from that place, sometimes it's hard for us to put a dollar value on our service or our goods. I know that as I'm creating my infant and toddler line, it's organic, the sustainable fabrics. They cost me more. I'm wanting to use trims that are healthy for the babies. There's all this stuff that's costing me more. And I now have to put that into the cost of the garment. And I struggled with how much am I going to charge for this? Because somebody can go to Target and get it for $10. Well, the fabric is costing me more than that. And we haven't even had anything made. And so I had to get my mindset to shift. It's like, what are you offering, Stephanie? What is it? What is this? And what is the value that you are providing? So, yes, Target might have it for cheaper, but Target had nothing to do with you. This is for you to do. So, putting the value, the dollar amount on your service or your item or your time, because what you're doing is it's an exchange, because remember we talked about it's about the flow. We got to keep stuff flowing. I remember in practitioner training, they told us you need to charge for your practitioner sessions. And some people think, oh my goodness, spirituality shouldn't cost. You shouldn't have to pay for it. But you're not paying for the spirituality. You're paying for the time. And so oftentimes, we're doing whatever and folk don't want to pay. They think it should be free. Well, it's a disservice to you and to them, blocking your prosperity. So look at if there's something you're doing that you normally get paid to do and someone comes to you, because your family members will do that. Your friends will do that. because I know I've done it. And, and it's like, now it's like, you can give them a discount. I'm not saying they don't get the family discount, but charge for it. And be proud. This is what I charge. And I'm giving you a discount because you're my family or whatever, or not. The next one is secret number 7. Be generous to others and to yourself. We live in a reciprocal universe. What you give out, you get back. It's kind of like a boomerang. You know, when you throw a boomerang, and I've never thrown a boomerang. I've seen it thrown, but I've never done it myself. When one throws a boomerang, it comes back. So I hear. And so when we think about being generous to give out, what that does is the flowing out allows the flowing in. Now, being generous from a place of love and from giving, not because you're expecting someone to give you something back. That is a big deal. I know that I had given a friend a gift, and they didn't get as excited about it as I thought, as I wanted them to. And I was like, I'm going to have to talk to them about it. Then I said, Stephanie, did you give it to them because you wanted to give it to them or because you wanted them to say thank you? I gave it to them because I wanted them to have it. And I think about, like, I don't know if this happens for you, but it happens to me when I hold the door open and someone walks through and they don't say thank you to me. I get a little ticked off about that. And I might say something like, well, you're welcome. I've done that. That is a giving. I'm holding the door open because I don't want it to slam in your face. I should be doing it from a place of generosity, but without wanting something in return. And it's something I have to work on. I know this. The final one, the final secret, drum roll, woo, woo, woo. And these aren't in any order of hierarchy. It just happens to be the order that they were on my piece of paper. Declutter your wallet. How many of you have wallets that are just bulging? They're not bulging because of all the money you have in it. They're bulging because you got receipts, you got business cards, you got everything else under the sun but money in your wallet. I know I'm one that's good for receipts because I keep my receipts. And even when they can send me one virtually, I still want a paper receipt. And so where does it go? It goes in my wallet. And then pretty soon my wallet's so full that it can't even hold the money when I need to put money in there. We need to declutter, and not only declutter our wallets, but declutter our lives. Get rid of the clutter. I know that a couple people that are on Zoom have moved or are moving to new homes. And their process has been about decluttering in the process. Getting rid of stuff, not wanting to take this stuff to their new home. Well, when you think about decluttering, we got to declutter our minds. We don't want to take it into that next phase of life. We want to be free, because that's another way of being prosperous. So we got to declutter. Okay, so guess what time it is?
Rampage 3.
Rampage 3, yes, thank you, Reverend Vaughn. So this time, our gratitude is going to be around what we're calling into our lives. So we're going to be grateful in advance. So for me, it might look like I'm grateful for my wonderful brownstone in New York City. that I live in, which means I have to go to New York City, right, to live in it.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm grateful for having this wonderful, romantic partner who's even better than my dreams. You get it? Okay, so let's see if the phone's unlocked. We'll see if we're able to get in. And this time we will turn it on. Okay, we are able to get in. Is everybody ready? Let's take ourselves off of mute if you choose to. Okay, let's go. I'm grateful for my new home in New York, the elevator with parking and on premises. I'm grateful for my income of $50,000 a week, $50,000 a week. I'm grateful for winning the Powerball jackpot of $250 million or more. I'm grateful for having this wonderful man in my life. That is even better than my dreams, and I'm better than his dreams, and we live in orgasmic bliss. I am grateful for having this prosperous, satisfying, fun, loving, uplifting business. I am grateful for having an abundance of friends. I am grateful for having a wonderful vehicle. I love driving a convertible with a top down. I'm grateful for my hair back. I am grateful for my Academy Award. I am grateful for going to the Met Gala. I am grateful to get 132 pounds. I am grateful for just living a life that's even better than I can imagine. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. And so it is.
Higher vibrational being. I'm grateful for that this day and always.
Thankful for all the animals in my life.
Thank you so much. Ooh, that was good. I felt it. I felt it. I felt it. I did. So, here we are. We have gone through more than the 8 secrets. We've gone through an abundance. See, you're already prosperous. Look at all these secrets you got today. We've gone through these. And here comes the part where we're going to talk about our life work. What we're going to take out into the world. I'd like you to I'd like you to do 3 minutes of gratitude, rampage of gratitude in the morning and in the evening. And if you have time during the day, and you can say it out loud, it's better to say it out loud. Say it out loud. And embrace this. Also, look at these secrets. Reverend Michael's going to be sending the 50 out, and maybe you took some notes on the ones that I talked about. See which ones you want to implement, which ones you want to make part of your life, of your daily living. Because we're on this road together. And so let's prosper. Let's just do and be and have all that we want to be. Now, my closing song is Billionaire. Bruno Mars is singing it, and you might be familiar with it, or you might not be. Now, he's talking about being a billionaire. Now, that might not be your thing. That might not be what you want. When he says billionaire, put in whatever you want. Maybe you want to be a thousandaire. I don't know what that is, but maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you want a house. Maybe you want a relationship. Maybe you want a business. Maybe you want that Academy Award. Whatever it is, put it in the place of it. Now, he also says, I want to be a billionaire. Now, I was singing this around my house, and I changed the I want to be to I am, or I choose. Because what we know about want, what does want do?
Creates a hole.
Creates a hole, but it creates a space for more want.
Ah.
So we can choose, we can be it, we can have it, but let's just not want it. Let's embrace it. Let's embody it. So everyone have their thing in mind when Bruno starts singing? Yes? Okay, hit it, maestro.
Okay. Make sure I get it right.
Well, we'll know. And we're doing the clean version, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to use that a couple weeks ago, but I didn't know there was a clean.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we just get an echo. And so it's in the space of knowing that we are one with the power that is, that we are one with the universe, that we are one with God. We are standing in this place of knowing that we are prosperous, and we are prosperous in every way. And so I'm declaring for each and every one of us that we are open to all the good that is reserved just for us. We are open for all the prosperity that the universe is bestowing upon us. We are open and receptive to all the good. For we know the secrets, and we are doing and moving and being all that we know that we can be. And so for this, I give thanks. I give thanks as I allow it to be. And I seal this by saying, Ashe,
Ashe.
Amen,
Amen.
and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Oops. Yeah, there's probably a ton more things, spiritual secrets of prosperity out there. You can make up your own too.
That's right.
And one of the, I think if I had to pick one thing that I really hung on to was get your money differently. You know, if you are, you know, criticizing and not liking how somebody else got because there's a lot of people that I have to personally say I do not like how they got their money, their prosperity. So do it differently. Make your own choice and do it your way. And I forgot there's a commercial about that. Oh no, that's have it your way.
Yeah.
Well, have it your way by doing it your way. And so I just want to remind everybody that next Saturday night, before you go to bed, to set your clock back.
Oh, okay, so we get an hour?
We get an hour.
Okay.
We get an
Okay,
extra
good.
hour of sleep or whatever you want to do with that hour. Or actually, you're getting your hour back.
Okay.
It's coming back into your life, and so that's good. And also next month is November, and the month of gratitude. And we have been doing this for at least 10 years, I think, collecting funds to give at least 4 families a Thanksgiving dinner. And we'll be doing that again this year. So if you feel so, you know, that you want to do it, feel free, and you can always contribute through the website. There's a donate button, and it's specified that you want it for the Thanksgiving families. And that's about all I have to say. And next week, Reverend Vaughn will be speaking, kicking off November. And I just want to give thanks for Stephanie's talk, and I give thanks for all the people that are here, either online or in the room. And give thanks for everyone that's ever touched this center, that's ever been on this sacred ground, in this sacred space. I'm grateful for this sacred space. No matter how many people are here, it is a place I can come and be, and you can come and be. And so I give thanks for all that is, for all the life around me, the life I've been given, the life you've been given, and I give thanks for you. And so it is.
So it is.